Captain Saurabh Kalia's father has been fighting for justice for his son for the past 13 years. Remember, Captain Kalia had gone missing before the Kargil war, and a few weeks later his mutilated body was handed over to Indian authorities. And now, more than a decade later, it seems like India has forgotten the sacrifice of this Kargil martyr and abandoned his family to fight a lonely battle.
13 years ago, this young soldier, Saurabh Kalia, lost his life fighting for India during the Kargil war. Made captive and subjected to brutal torture by the Pakistani army. Since then, his father has been fighting a lone battle for justice, with successive governments ignoring his plea.
Everything is before the nation. It is not a crime against Indian soldiers. It's a crime against humanity.
Captain Kalia's parents say they are not dejected, they are not disheartened, but at times they are pained when they look back at their struggle of the last 13 years. They say they have only been given verbal assurances. They have been sent to from one office to another office, from one desk to another desk, and nothing concrete has happened so far.
Running from pillar to post, making countless pleas for help. But this father's cry for justice not being heard.
So where Indian government did nothing to expose Pakistan at all. Received a letter from the then external affair Mr. Jaswant Singh. He promised that this issue will be taken up with Pakistan as well as at the international fora.
Shocked by the indifference of the government, voices of support coming from every corner of the country.
This case needs to be taken up. Army headquarters, Army chief cannot take up these matters outside the country. It has to be done through the Minister of External Affairs. You will agree with me. After that, the problem with our country is that we only go from event to event.
I think the Indian government should do more to put pressure on the Pakistani government. This is uncivilized, this is barbaric and contrary to normal norms of human behavior. You don't torture people whom you capture. You treat them with respect. They're all prisoners of war under the Geneva Convention, and we must hold Pakistan to account.
An outrageous and clear violation of the Geneva Convention, his mutilated body proof enough of the savage torture. Yet the Indian government not taking a clear stand.
Ministry of Defence would be directly involved in terms of something of this being established. It obviously appears extremely tragic and sad.
I think it ought to be taken to the International Court of Justice, and we should move the International Court that Pakistan be required to produce evidence. Who was it that committed this?
A 22-year-old soldier brutalized and tortured at the hands of the enemy. Can the government destroy red tape while fighting for Captain Kalia, one of its greatest martyrs? Shouldn't the government be firm in demanding a public apology from Pakistan for the barbaric torture of Captain Kalia? Bureau Report, Times Now.